19 or 20 in game 1, 23, so he can score. And Curry knocks it down. Vanderbilt and Draymond Green get into a scuffle. Dagger quickly gets in between them.
So, when the Lakers and Warriors play, it's always something everyone wants to tune into. And as I watch this game, I believe the Warriors exposed one of the Lakers' biggest problems. And yes, I already know some of you are going to say, it's just preseason and we don't have our stars. Well, for you Lakers fans and basketball fans in general, it's good to analyze where your team stands at top to bottom so you can adjust accordingly. And I believe this main problem I found with the Lakers stems down from their two stars in Luka and LeBron at times. Take this play here for an example. When Steph is used as a screener, this is also he can pop out behind the line. Now at this moment, there is a mismatch with Bronny guarding Draymond Green, but let me ask you this, would you rather have Draymond take it at Bronny for 2 points, or would you rather be ready to help and leave Steph Curry wide open on the 3? Hopefully a lot of you would choose the first option, as that would make you slightly smarter than an NBA player in this situation, because if you watch Rui during this action, he decides to turn his back to Steph to watch Draymond go at Bronny, and as we all know, Steph never stops moving, so by the time you turn around when the pass is made, this one right here is pure money.
Curry, catch, fire, connects.
Now I'm not saying it's solely LeBron and Luka's fault, but these type of mistakes can trickle down your entire roster. So when we see Steph send the ball to Horford, he immediately starts to cut past connect to the basket. This here is a key problem I even stated in my previous video, and that's that the young Laker players have a major problem with ball watching and positioning. Because once you give a player a step on you like this and you haven't even shifted your hips yet, it's pretty much a done deal. And then even though the help rotates over, Steph is just one of the best finishers in the NBA.
Disdain for bigs.
Yeah, this unawareness from the Lakers just surfaced time and time again. You'll see here that as the ball makes its way around the court, Spencer is going to call to Moody to exchange places. And this here is when the defense needs to be on the same page, or else now Spencer can cut baseline catching you off guard, and well, it's too late to stop the reverse layup. You would think that after making these mistakes over and over that the Lakers would start to lock in and pay more attention, but here when Jimmy has the ball against LaRavia, I understand that he could bully him into the lane, but sometimes you just gotta let guys hold their own. And for Rui, when you're on the strong side like this, there's no reason he shouldn't be tight on Moody denying the pass, as when you don't, this allows him to move freely on the outside to create space, and now look at this gap between them when Moody catches. Yeah, it's entirely too large for Rui to really get out to affect the shot, and bada bing, it's money team. For those of you that think those 4 plays just happen to be a coincidence, you will be sadly mistaken, as number 55 literally has no clue where GP2 is at this moment, and trust me, these are things that make you lose or not even get a roster spot. Now even when it wasn't the defense really falling asleep, it turned into being a major lack of effort. At this moment, you have 3 LA defenders running in stride with Kuminga, and not only does Rui point for someone to pick him up, but so does LaRavia. Well, as we roll the film, you're going to see that none of them take the initiative of stepping up, and to add insult to it all, Gabe Vincent runs down to cover Buddy Hield, which isn't smart, because the only reason he has to is because no one picked up Kuminga, which then forced LaRavia to leave to go stop the ball. So now with Vincent behind the play, Kuminga can connect with Hield for the easy layup backdoor. Things like this have to be cleaned up before the regular season starts, because when one player shows effort to try and get in front of Steph, this is a great thing to see. But with Curry, he has entered this year with a slight burst as I could tell, so he easily gets past Vando, who tries to jump out when getting around Draymond, but all this does is get him beat. At this moment, Curry is attacking downhill, and either Rui or Aiden have to slide over to help. So if we look at Rui, well, he has Jimmy on the backside right near the rim, so that wouldn't be the best option. As we shift our focus to Aiden, he's guarding Draymond Green. And let's be real, we can live with the ball getting kicked out to Green and then recovering. So the best option at this moment would be for Aiden to slide down to deter Curry from going all the way to the basket, but instead of that happening, he literally just guards the air, and now 2 more points are put on the board. Trust me, I'm not pointing these things out for no reason, as if I was Vando, I would be highly irritated with my guys. As you know, we're guarding the best shooter the game has ever seen, and he's involved in an action with a guy who we don't have to be high alert on to shoot us out the game from deep. So when Curry comes off this screen and Vando gets caught up on Draymond, why is Jackson Hayes guarding Casper? Like seriously, I get it that you aren't the best hedge defender or anything like that, but with Draymond not rolling to the basket and knowing that Steph wants to launch it from deep, why in the world would you be in drop coverage at this point? This here is a question that needs to be answered in the film room after the game, but for now, Curry answers it with a 3 forcing a timeout. If this is how the Lakers come into the season, this is going to be terrible, because when Steph is feeling it, it doesn't matter when or where he catches it, as long as he can see the rim, he's sending it up for straight cash. All night long it looked like the Lakers were uninterested in playing defense at times because 1, why is Laravia guarding nobody on the backside? And 2, if you're Aiden, it doesn't matter if you see another person coming down the floor. You never leave the ball unless you have a replacement defender right there. When you make this simple mistake, all it does is give the offense a wide open look, which puts your team in a deeper hole.
Kuminga lines up his three-pointer.
It's almost like they helped too much when they didn't need to, and then left defenders alone at the wrong times as well. Because here when Steph comes off the screen, once again, Draymond is not a threat we need to stay hugged up on at the 3-point line. So Aiden should already be hedging hard to take away any look from Steph, and Rui is on strong side, so he shouldn't even be leaving this far over on Steph to help out. This here allows Butler to cut right to the paint with no resistance at all, and with Rui being late to get back, this results in an and 1.
Butler counted and a foul. Hachimura.
Trust me, this is a glaring problem I would see constantly, such as on this fast break, Dalton Connect is on Trace Jackson Davis, and he should stay there since he has a straight line pursuit to the basket. And this defender here should be the one to stop the ball. But instead, we're going to see Dalton leave Trace to go stop the ball, and now look, there's 2 on the ball and no one covering the paint. If Santos had quick thinking, he could have lobbed this up over the top to make them pay as option 1, but since he does have the double on him, he has another option, which is a simple swing pass to the right, and now Spencer can walk right into a 3-ball from deep. Now look, I get it, this is just preseason, and that to some of you, things like this do not matter at all. But in all reality, it shows you what's going on in practice, and bad habits will always affect the team whether it's the 10th man on the roster or the one leading the ship. It honestly makes no sense that on this attack here that Jackson Hayes was stunning for the help. Like listen man, we can all see that they are in the paint, so why is he not sliding all the way over to cut off this drive in totality? It's like he wants to stay with Trace, but there's literally no reason for him to need a stunt, as if he did commit fully and the pass was made, he could get back to his man with ease. But since he didn't, this allows Santos to get all the way into the heart of the defense, and at this point, this is when we shift our attention to Bronny. He's actually in good positioning since he is the weak side help, but right now he has one key responsibility, and that's to not allow anyone to cut past you baseline. This here goes back to the point about the young LA players ball watching heavy, and once again they fall victim to another easy layup inside that could have been prevented. Yeah, this may be preseason, but this is supposed to be gearing up for regular season, and to have players showing bad habits like this is alarming. Now I know, before you say it, these aren't the main guys who would touch the court, but every guy on the roster is important, as this is who you play with every day and are depending on to make you a better player. So although it's a silly preseason game, some things are important. As for the Warriors, they were looking pretty good. Their connectivity was on point, their defense was solid, and they looked like they were having fun out there. When you get a team that's playing in rhythm and really likes to be on the court with one another, this is when you accomplish great things. I know some people were talking smack about the signing of Al Horford and how it won't move the needle and blah blah blah, but I honestly think he will play a very important role for this team. He'll space the floor while also giving a paint presence. But hey, let me know what you all think and let's talk about it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.